Great evening. You are tuned in to another episode of UI's Conversation Elevation, and my special guest today is the lovely Shantel Todd, the owner of Brave and Sassy. We're going to find out tonight what in the world is Brave and Sassy. I am rocking a sassy shirt, and the sassy stands for, okay, listen, strong after surviving yesterday. So we're going to talk to her today to see exactly what motivated this SASY and what exactly she does. All right, welcome, Shantel. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I am doing marvelous. I am excited about life, health, and strength, and I'm excited about you being my guest today. I know we've chit-chatted a while. We met at a funeral, I think. I was facilitating a funeral, and we connected at that moment, and we've been kind of connected ever since. So I'm excited to hear about what you're doing. You're doing some great things. You have a book coming out, but you're doing other things, and you're just making moves. Travel agent. Let's just talk about who in the world is Shantel. Talk about it.
I am one that wears many hats.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm a mom. I'm a grandmother. I work full time. You know, I gotta pay until the Lord has blessed me not to have to work.
Hey, I understand.
I know. So I am a travel agent. I'm also a licensed life coach. So that is what I feel is my calling. Being a life coach, mentor, accountability partner for other women, men, teenagers, whoever needs it.
Travel agent. Let's do that first because that's going to take a little bit of time, just a little bit. And we're going to go into this big old thing for this sassy. Okay. So travel agent, how can people contact you? They need to get some traveling. Now, COVID is kind of shifting gears with people getting the vaccines, not getting the vaccines, the mask, not mask. So people start to travel more. Cities start to open up more. So people are going to want to travel more. So tell them how they can reach you for traveling.
For my travel side, you can go to my website, Expressions by Travel expressionsbytravel.com, or my email address, expressionsbytravel@gmail.com. A lot of people get confused that travel agent means hookup, discount. Can you break them down?
Say it again. They get confused. Go ahead and talk about it. Talk about it. They get confused. Rewind the tape. Say that one more time because people don't get confused. They want hookups.
Right.
Go ahead. Your services are not for sale. They don't discount. But sell means out of business. Go ahead and talk about it.
Right. But the thing about a travel agent is you don't pay the travel agent. Now, a lot of travel agents, myself included, charge a research fee because you'll get people say, "Oh, can you give me set me up for a trip to go to Jamaica for this," and you get all the information they need, and you go and give them the price and the fee, front, back, end, the round trip, the resort, everything they're going to get in to and from. I don't think I want that. Well, what about going here? That's too much. Then you go, so before you know it now, me and most travel agents, it's going to take us time. We don't just go in here, click this button. Okay, you got a price. We treat you just like we would treat ourselves, trying to get you the best deal for whatever it is you're trying to go for. Okay. So that's why a lot of us now charge a research fee, $25, $50, $100, depending on that particular agent. I charge a $50 research fee. My research fee comes off the back end if you book. If you don't book, then I haven't spent my 2, 3, 4 hours
trying to do it
for nothing. But a travel agent, a travel agent is one who will do the work for you so you don't have to. Not a hookup, not a discount, not a break me off, but we are your concierge for wherever you want to go to help you. Because a lot of people don't like it on there. I don't want to try to figure out what this is and what that is and what I got to do here and why I got to do that. And so that's my job.
Right. And that's important because people don't understand that, like you said, you don't get paid on the front end of this. You're doing the travel, then they change their mind. Well, I don't want to do that. I found something better. I found something else. Well, that was a better deal. So it's just you. I admire you for that because I know I have a lot of acquaintances and friends They're travel agents, and I don't envy that job. I mean, I know they do the cute little Facebook posts when they're traveling here and traveling there, but it ain't that glamorous all the time because it's work.
Yes, it is work.
And then when you have people that want to get that discount, oh, y'all got I got a wristband on too, y'all.
I got my white and my red blue.
Look at you representing. I can't find the other one. You gave me two white ones. I can't find the other one. But anyway, so back to, let me get focused. They don't realize that it takes time. They take that for granted. So I'm glad that you're doing it. I'm glad you're motivated to do it. I don't envy you at all. I admire you. I don't envy you because it's work. It's really work, and I don't have a lot of unnecessary patience.
Yeah.
I have patience for certain things now, but some things like that I don't.
Yeah.
Because people act like you ain't anything. I'm a what do you call it? I'm a chauffeur by hobby, and I say by hobby because it's not something that I have to do. I enjoy doing it, but it's funny because people always think because you're in a servant position that you're less than, and it's like the servants are really higher than because they can humble themselves enough when they're still great to serve. So that whole travel thing, I admire you for that. I really do. My hat's off to you. I salute you.
I appreciate
it takes a lot of patience and a lot of beautiful spiritness to do that. So go girl, do your thing. So you travel. Give them your travel business information again.
My travel website is expressionsbytravel.com. My email is expressions, expressionsbytravel, just like it sounds. Expressionsbytravel@gmail.com is my email. And I'm on IG also, Expressions by Travel, with that.
Okay. Now, is there a certain company that you went through, or you just do this on your own? You just woke up one day, so I'm gonna be a travel agency.
I'm an independent travel agent, which is what they call ITA, independent travel agent with IntelliTravel.
Okay.
So if anybody is interested in becoming a travel agent, making some extra money on the side, you got my information. Definitely get in touch with me.
All right, y'all hear that now. So give them one more time information for that, and we're gonna move on to the real fun stuff. Okay.
My website for my travel is expressionsbytravel.com. Also, my email is expressionsbytravel@gmail.com, and I am on IG at expressionsbytravel.
Okay, well, all right, guys, I hear that. And thank you, Charles Booker, for watching and liking. All right, you know who Charles is?
He is. That's my godson father.
Well, thank you, godson father. Okay, I'm like, I don't really know him, but he said thumbs up. So thanks for watching. Thank you so much. They say like, share, and all that good stuff. People saying all that. Like, share, and post, and all that. But thank you, Mr. Booker, for watching. All right, next, let's talk about the fun stuff. So you are a certified life coach, and that's pretty cool because I'm a life coach as well, and mental health coach, all that good stuff. But it ain't about me, it's about you. I have this awesome shirt on. Yes, this awesome shirt. Sassy. Look at that, guys. Stronger after surviving yesterday.
And I made that shirt. That's my design. I made that.
You hear that?
The next one on the last.
He's making shirts, guys. Come on, talk about it. You making shirts. So she's traveling, she's booking trips, and she's making shirts. Okay, so now talk about the shirt making business, and then we're gonna go into the real business. Shirt making. What's up with that? How can people reach if they want to get a shirt made for a family union, a birthday party? I'm going to about this twice, baby showers.
Yeah. Absolutely. I did stickers for graduation stickers. I've done shirts for up and coming music producer who was trying to get his, so he's like, oh, I didn't know it. So I got him his shirts out. And so I've got my cousin, he is the owner of Anytime Fitness in Houston. So he just sent me his design. So getting ready to work on his stuff so I can get them their shirts. But my email for my shirts. Now,
hold on. We're going to put it at the bottom of the screen so it can be easy.
Keep in mind, you can reach me at any email. Just let me know what you need, and then we can kind of work from there.
What's your email address?
Brave and Sassy.
Girl, this Brave and Sassy is something hot. BRAVE and spelled out sassy.
Correct. One
At,
S at gmail.com.
but guys, it's easy to reach her, Brave and Sassy, because she's brave and she's sassy. So yes, let's talk about that. All right, Brave and Sassy. Hey, hey, hey. All right. Someone love it. I'm probably looking at I keep looking down. I'm probably looking at my phone and everything else. I'm trying to learn how to do this correctly, where people are interacting. I can kind of respond in a timely manner instead of after the fact, But anyway, So Brave and Sassy make shirts. People can reach you. Your email at the bottom, and her email's in the bottom of the screen. So if y'all need to know how to reach her, thank you, my little sister, Anjanetta Austin. Thanks for watching. I love you, sis. All right, she's watching too, and she's loving it. Thank you, sis. So now let's talk about this Brave and Sassy, because this is very important. We had a conversation the other day, and it was intriguing because we have a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
But we knew that at the funeral when I preached the funeral. Was it last year?
Last year.
Yeah, I facilitated the funeral last year, and we went to the family's house, and I did, just kind of serve the family with you there. I realized that we had a lot in common. Did not know we would be just kind of chit-chatting continuously, but we connected. I think you got a book of mine too, if I'm not mistaken. Did you get my book?
I don't know. I did not. I'm sorry. Okay. No, I did not.
What's wrong with you, girl?
I got you, but I got your wine.
You did get the wine. Yes, you did. You got the wine. You got 2 bottles. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. And so you did get the wine. You need to get that book though, because it's gonna be a part 2.
Okay.
And a movie and a play. So you want to be in the know. But it ain't about that right now. It's about you. So what I'm saying is I'm proud of you because in talking to you, hearing the things that you've overcome, that you continue to go forth and overcome. And this whole Brave and Sassy Stronger after surviving yesterday is so freaking powerful. And it's powerful because sometimes we forget when we're going through things, trials and tribulations, and life is happening, we forget that this is only temporarily. A bad moment does not mean a bad life. It just means that moment. Right? And we had a conversation the other day when I was out and about, and you were telling me, we're talking about that moment. You remember what you said about the moment? Like,
if you ain't been through something, you ain't been through nothing.
Well, that you have a lot of nuggets, but that's true. So people forget. That's why I think your shirt's so powerful. So people, y'all need to get a shirt. If you reach out, I may go ahead and order one and send you one. So just Stronger after surviving yesterday. I can't get that right. I've been looking at this all day because a lot of times people go through things and they can just make it to the next day. They didn't die.
The Christian song, One Day at a Time, Sweet Jesus.
Sweet Jesus, yes. But talk about that. So let's go on. Tell us, why did you pick that? I mean, even though God gave it to you and all that jazz, but what really motivated that? Because that's stronger after surviving yesterday. That's powerful. That is really. Well, talk about it.
Well, I had been going through names. You just like, you want something that's catchy, but me, I want to have a meaning behind the meaning. You know, but I want something catchy. The young people, it's got to be popping. So the young people is really who we need to be reaching in every aspect of life, because when we in the cradle and on retirement, those are the ones that we got to look to make the decisions of how we gonna end up living. So we, pushing through that, trying to find something to represent how far I have come, and reminding myself that I am stronger than I really think I am. And sometimes we forget that because it seems so heavy at the time, but then when you look back, you think, I made it through that. I did that. But the Lord helped me do that. Let me clarify that.
Right.
It's like, okay, Lord, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here.
And that's true. None of us would be here if it wasn't for him. So, okay, this coaching, how can we reach you for coaching? And what inspired coaching? Let's talk about that first. What inspired you to be a coach? What was it? You have this brand, and that's part of the coaching, I'm sure, right? Is that a part? Is this brand a part of your coaching?
It's part of it. Yeah, it's a part of it. I have my website for my brand is braveandsassy.com.
Okay, let's put that on there. braveandsassy.com. Hold up. All right. Go ahead. Is that look at the bottom of the screen? See that's correct?
I gotta put my readers on. Yeah, we're good.
All right. So good. So now tell us what inspired this whole journey to life coaching. Because every life coach, every psychologist, every psychiatrist, they have a journey. It's a story behind it. They didn't just say one day I'm gonna be a psychologist, or it's usually a story behind it. It's really an awesome story. So tell us your story if you don't mind sharing a little bit. You don't got to tell us everything. You got a book coming out. We don't want to spoil the tea completely. You got the book out, right? So tell us
Right.
what inspired that.
With the life coach, because I've been through abusive relationships,
Okay.
physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, toxic relationships. Toxic relation, just period. And I've been there where it's just like, Lord, I'm feeling stuck.
Okay.
Not feeling like I had a place. I've got to deal with it. I've got to do better. I'm in it to keep from being divorced, or I'm in it because I don't want my kids to be away from their father, or, and in the end, causing more and more of the toxicity, the abusiveness, and everything come along until it's just like
it pops.
Lord,
It pops, and God says, enough is enough.
And He opens a door, and when He opened that door, I was out.
You better run. And that's something that, and I want to eventually have a talk about that, because that's something that most people do often. I think men and women alike. Usually back in the day, probably more women than men, but now
back
men
in the
and
day
women.
when I was young and not a kid anymore.
All right. But honestly, women and men alike go through that. They stay somewhere too long for the sake of the stupid stuff. And I say stupid stuff because the worst thing a person says, I'm staying with someone because of my children. Because the kids will grow up one day. And then the reality that you really don't like that person is going to come out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you stay somewhere, and it's not serving either one of you. But what's that song like last night? Neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
And you listen to the words of that song, it's like they both miserable, but they don't want to let it go. But they're living a lie, right. And it's like, come on. But that's real life stuff. So your real life stuff causes you to say, hey, I'm gonna get out of this, but I'm gonna help others get out of it too. So that's beautiful. Right. I do emotional wellness for that purpose. We got to learn how to heal from within, because a lot of times we do things and we choose people because of some things that's messed up inside of us. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we, the enemy will bring forth the counterfeit, and we just so excited about looking at what it looks like, and we forget that, hey, that ain't the real thing. We
saw we fell in love with the representative and forgot to open the book and see what was inside the cover.
Right.
Outside yeah, right.
Yeah. So, and that happens more often than not. We get hopeful, and people think, well, you just wanted to do this. No, I really trusted people, because sometimes when you love God, you trust people at face value, and they come with a good game, they come with a good representative, they come with some good talk. Then when it comes down to it, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And I think for me, being young, and one thing that I would like to do is to talk to young girls, because my problem was having that low self-esteem, and then this guy come along, and that guy come along, and not realizing what I thought was cute and protective, and he's trying to take care of me, was me getting my head up against the wall, and me getting a hole in the wall, and those type of things that ended up happening.
I'm so sorry about that. Because that like I said, so often than not, and I have some guy friends, they said some women are like men. When I say like that, there are some women that are controlling, abusive, and something we talked about narcissistic individuals yesterday. Was it yesterday? We talked yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday. No, Wednesday. It was Tuesday.
Tuesday. We talked about that because that is so prevalent. A narcissist, and how you broke it down, and I was like, wow. I've been telling that to other people. We've been talking about that. That is so. I mean, like that's so real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How people are suffering with mental and emotional illnesses, and they take it out on other people that love them or try to be with them, and they just, So keep
But
talking.
I have learned that people that I have dealt with like that were treated like that in some form or fashion, so that's all they know.
Right.
But when you meet them, you get the, oh, I'll never be like that. I don't want to be like that. I'm better than that, So you don't get that until something happened.
Yeah.
Right.
And when
And
something
then by
happens, you don't
that time
expect
it's
it
too
to
late.
happen. Right. You don't expect it to happen because you think surely that ain't the situation. I
Right.
think the worst thing, and maybe you can attest to it today while you're being while you are a life coach certified and you have overcome, you survived yesterday. And that is believe it, because Maya Angelou said it best. When a person shows you who they are,
Believe it.
believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens, we don't believe it.
Right.
Someone say, "I'll knock your head off." And you be like,
Right.
"Oh, they didn't really mean it." Yeah, they
Right.
believe it because if they can say it, they can do it.
Right. And it's funny you say that. I had a client session yesterday, and her issue was she was out on a date with her boyfriend for several months, and they're in their 40s, and he is complimenting and talking sweet to a young girl in her 19, 20 years old, and
In
just,
front of his girl on a date.
oh, she's so beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And, the first question I asked her is, why didn't you listen to your intuition? Why did you second guess yourself? Because she confronted him, and I was proud that she confronted him, but why are you second guess yourself that he didn't mean it?
Well, because a lot of times they tell you that you're insecure. That's one of the biggest
You made too much out of it.
jokes of the century when the dude or chicks, women say it too.
Mm-hmm.
You're just insecure. I hate insecurity. And it's like, really? Do you
She
really
got
know
that
me?
line too.
Because they say that to, as they would say, to derail you for what you think. Because they think if they put that in your head, you being insecure, then maybe,
It's
just
called
maybe, you'll
well,
buy it.
I'm not a licensed or doctor or so forth, licensed professional, degree professional, but they call that gaslighting. Trying to flip it on you where it's your fault that you think like that.
Right. Gaslighting. And you have to be careful with that whole flipping stuff. And I say that because sometimes people think you're flipping and you really ain't flipping.
Right.
Sometimes you might say something and it ain't flipping. It's just that's you should never be afraid to voice your opinion. Sometimes, as a coach, people might be afraid to say something to somebody because they don't want to hear the
right. Don't want to hear
who
the
you
truth.
think you are. You redirect and all that. It's like I'm really not redirecting, but because you think there's somebody say something, I'm just not gonna say nothing at all. Because there's really no need to have a conversation if it's going to be a one of those challenge conversations where you have to always be trying to defend your position. Like, I gotta defend my
And that's
position.
how I felt I was like in one of my relationships. I felt, and I didn't realize I was like that until one of my really close guy friends that lives out of town. We went to college together, and he was like, "Why are you always defending yourself? Why don't you tell that MF blah 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 blah?" And I was like, "I'm not defending." He's like, "Yeah, you said such and such," and then I realized he was telling the truth. And it wasn't so much the point that I was like truly defending myself. I was trying to make him I was trying to get my point across to make him understand.
Right.
But realizing later, it ain't no making them understand. So.
Well, ain't no making them understand. They don't want to understand. They want to understand what they understand. They understand this way. And it's sad because we're living in a situation, and I know with the pandemic, a lot of people went through a lot of abuse. I've heard a lot of emotional, physical abuse because they were stuck in the house with people they didn't want to be bothered with.
Right.
And when you're stuck, sometimes you can't get out, and people just take advantage of that stuckness. And then if a person get in your head, because you said that you have you suffer different types of abuses, or you survive different types of abuses, emotional, mental, physical. And I think the worst abuse a person can encounter, emotional and mental abuse, because if someone gets in your head, and the only way to get in your head is you let them in, right? Because
you let them in that space,
and when you let them in that space, they wreak havoc in your head and your mind. So you have to get to a point in your life where you say, "Hey, I know I'm enough." It's a church that at the conference the wine thing this weekend. Miss Yvonne gave us all a shirt for her birthday party, and it says, "Yes, I am." Then the back said, "Enough," because oftentimes we get told the lie,
right,
that we're not enough, or we are insecure, or we don't this, that, and the other, or we are negative, or we are blah, and blah, blah, blah. All the toxic language
right,
that doesn't serve us. And the truth of the matter is we're amazing. We're more than enough. We're awesome and outstanding. We're everything. And that's the truth of the matter.
They just jealous.
They are jealous, but the enemy, and they don't realize that they're being used by a bigger enemy of both of us.
Right.
You know, and that enemy, the word of God says that the devil is an accuser of the brethren. And a lot of times, with that being said, the enemy comes through other people to make us feel some kind of way. But when you resist the devil, he'll flee from you. So it's like, just ignore it. And it's not easy said. It's not easy. It's easy said, but not easy done. Because like you said, you want to, I've been there where I know that what they're saying is not correct.
Right.
And I want to be like, well, that ain't true. But I realize that if they want to believe it, they're going to believe it. Let them have that moment. And understand and keep in your mind, it ain't true.
But after you hear
it over and over again,
treated certain ways, you start to wonder, you know, well, you know, and I really think you may not even do it consciously. It may be more of a subconscious, because things that they do are so subtle, you know, get mad at you. And I used to call it putting me on timeout, because not talking to me.
And it's so funny. It's like, we are not children, okay? I mean, and it sounds, when a person that treats a grown up like a child, they're ignorant. So if you get that in your head, you treat me like I'm a kid, something wrong with you. Because at the end of the day,
the first time,
because you don't think that when it happens.
But then after a while, I was like, I was enjoying the silence. So. Right.
But I mean, and you have to learn how to look at that and make a joke out of it. Like, okay, I'm like you said, timeout. I'm on timeout now. Okay, cool. How long can we play this game?
Right.
So life is not a game. So I'm glad that you are sharing. So what are you doing to enhance your coaching business? I know you had clients, but how do you advertise what you do? What do you say? How do you get it out there to people?
Just really word of mouth. You know, I've had a few people go to my website, you know, and they'll send me an email to my website. So I've done that. And then my IG, I've been so busy, I haven't been posting as much on my IG as I really need to. But yeah, those are really, really it. And I really have found I've been able to become stronger by helping somebody else.
Right.
You know, so.
Well, that's good. That is good. All right. So, anything else you want to share today?
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give
All
up.
right.
Life seems hard, but yesterday is going to be gone. You can breathe in for tomorrow, and you can exhale yesterday and start over. You get a new day to make it better, a new day to make it right. Everybody just one step, one foot at a time.
Well, thank you so very much for your time. You have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
Right. Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.